So Ethereum has dropped to a 3-year low against Bitcoin, and many people are really worried now. What is going on with Ether? Why is it not performing? Since the beginning of the year, Ethereum right now is pretty much at the same price. I mean, it did have its ups and downs and everything, but currently, as of right now, Ethereum is exactly at the same price as it was at the start of the year. While Bitcoin has added 40%, BNB has added 68% to its price, Solana is 24% up, and even Dogecoin is 10% up since the start of the year. And Ethereum, same price. So let's talk about Ethereum. I'm going to analyze what is currently going on. What are the prospects of Ethereum going up? Is it going to recover, or is it time to just sell, exit your positions, and just move to other altcoins? Let's find out. Roll the intro. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Crypto Corner with myself, OJ, crypto analyst and investor since 2016. Today we're talking about Ethereum because, as this headline goes, Ethereum price faces its biggest crisis since 2021. Let's explore very briefly what is currently going on, why I'm talking about Ethereum today, and I'm gonna go into the chart and see what it's doing against Bitcoin, because this is really the important question. We know that as Bitcoin goes up, it will pull the rest of the market with it, and of course Ethereum is going to go up in terms of fiat value. However, it's important, if you are an investor in Ethereum, that means you probably already invested in Bitcoin as well, and maybe some altcoins. The question is, should you be keeping your money parked in Ether, or is it better to just allocate them to other coins that are going to make better recovery, bigger pumps, bigger profit? This is really what's important. And Ethereum's performance, as the article goes, relative to Bitcoin, has seen a sharp decline since July 24. I would actually argue that the sharp decline started all the way back in 2022. It's been a couple of years now where Ethereum has been only doing lower lows, lower highs. It's been on a downtrend against Bitcoin. There's been no movement, no recovery. It's lost more than 50% against Bitcoin in the last couple of years, more than 50%. As market sentiment for Ether turns incredibly bearish, the article goes, many analysts predict further declines in the coin's value. Ethereum's overshadowed by Bitcoin as network activity suffers. Data from Ultrasound Money shows that 70,000 Ether worth over $163 million have entered the circulating supply over the past 30 days. As more tokens flood the market, the increase in supply outpaces the demand, causing downwards pressure on the price. And as the Federal Reserve is expected to announce a rate cut today, which will happen in about 6 or 7 hours, so possibly close to the time when I'm posting this video, this could lead to market volatility in the coming days. However, Ethereum's rising CMF, this is a money flow indicator, suggests an accumulation trend, indicating that its price may rally if demand momentum remains strong. At the same time, we started seeing reports of Ethereum Whales, people who have been holding Ethereum, Ether, I should say, for 5, 6, 7 years and have not moved it at all, are now starting to either send it to exchanges. This is one report here in U today, $41 million worth of Ether was sent to Binance. Also, there is another report of a whale who's been holding Ether since 2016 and now starting to swap it for USD Tether. And we're talking millions of dollars worth of Ether being swapped for USD Tether. So these are things that we pay attention to, because when whales start selling or buying, when whales do any kind of big moves, these are usually followed by the retail investors, or just generally investors are looking into what whales are doing, because first of all, we're talking about huge amounts of tokens being swapped or being sold or being just put on the market. And of course, this is going to move the market, and also this could signal to other traders to follow suit, so they can actually, we can see a ripple effect where other traders are doing the same, in this case selling, because they see that some of the bigger accounts are starting to sell. So this could be indicating a further downwards momentum, further bearish trend for Ether. And as I said, Ether has been on a steady downtrend against Bitcoin since 2022. Actually, if we look on the chart, we will see that the last peak was in August 2022, and this is against Bitcoin. This is when we had the last peak of Ether. It was 0.084 in terms of Satoshis. And right now, it is dropped to its lowest in the last couple of years. It's at 0.03850. So guys, this is really not good. As you can see here on the chart, we have broken a support level. This was a downwards support level, but nonetheless support. And it was holding for quite some time, a couple of years in fact. We have just broken down from this level. So this is now crucial. It's important to see. The good news is that we are actually quite low here on the RSI. Both stochastic and simple RSI are in the low regions, in the oversold regions. So we are expecting a bounce on the upside from here. Typically, you can see here I've marked with blue lines many of the occasions where we were here in this oversold region. And as you can see, usually right after that, right after we see this drop in those regions, we see a bounce on the upside. So this is to be expected. This is what I'm expecting as well, because right now we have dropped to levels where we were last time. Where we were in these levels, we had a nice bounce on the upside. Before that, we were here at these levels, we had a nice bounce on the upside. So every time the stochastic RSI drops to this oversold region, we see a bounce on the upside. So in the short term, I'm expecting a bounce on the upside for Ether against Bitcoin. And this is really what I care about, because if I'm going to be holding my capital in any coin, I need it to be in a coin that is having a positive performance. Ether is not having a positive performance right now. So I'm now watching this closely. I want to see what is this bounce going to be like. Is it going to be met with a resistance at this line? Because this used to be a support line. Right now, this is a resistance line. If we see a bounce that is hitting the resistance, getting rejected, and not being able to break above it and climb above this resistance line, then we are continuing this downwards momentum, and I'm exiting, because I'm not really willing to be holding Ether if it's going to continue to drop against Bitcoin. I'm much better off, swapping my Ether for Bitcoin. I'm even better off swapping it for Solana. I'm better off swapping it for BNB, because as you can see here, this is the performance over the last year. Ethereum has added 40%, Bitcoin has added 120%. And BNB has added 147%. So in the last year, BNB has outperformed Bitcoin and Ethereum. However, Solana has outperformed all of them with 539% over the last year. From the start of this year, BNB has outperformed Solana and Ethereum and Bitcoin, but definitely Solana is outperforming Ethereum as well. So if you're wondering where to park, or at least if I'm wondering where should I park my Ether, because I'm having a big stash of Ether, it's not a small amount, so I'm looking for coins with high liquidity, big market cap. I'm not looking at the smaller altcoins or anything like that. I'm going to be looking into BNB and Solana. I'm not looking at Doge, even though Doge has outperformed Ethereum from the start of this year by 10% though, not really that much. Toncoin is another contender. It is 138% up since the start of this year, which is a very good performance, but it doesn't really have that much liquidity as Solana or BNB. BNB is a little bit risky because it is tied to Binance, and Binance is an exchange that has way too many problems with way too many countries. I mean, the US, the UK, Nigeria recently, Thailand, Singapore. So many countries are actually having all kinds of restrictions and court cases against Binance. So it is a little bit risky to be parking too much money into BNB, just because it is prone to volatility depending on what could happen with Binance itself. Solana is a good contender, even though it has so many network outages. It is highly centralized still, but this year it seems that all the focus is on Solana, and all the money is flowing into coins that are built on Solana. So it is a good contender. Perhaps a portion of my Ether will go to Solana. Already a portion of my Ether went into Solana earlier this year, but I still have tons of Ether that I've not sold, and I'm looking to not get completely out of Ether, but I will be allocating some of it into Solana, some of it into BNB. Perhaps even some of it will go into Toncoin. I'm considering that. But back to the chart, what I want to see here in order to stay in Ether is a nice break above this trend line, going back into this zone here, into this region, and hopefully at some point breaking even above the resistance here, finally making that break on the upside from this wedge pattern which we've been forming for the last 3 years. And this is really going to give me enough confidence to actually stay in Ether, perhaps even jump back into Ether, because as I said, right now I'm looking into allocating some of my Ether into some other coins. So for the time being, the sentiment is quite negative. As you today is reporting in this article, Ethereum is seeing intense bearish pressure along with the broader crypto market. Moreover, recent whale movements are adding to this negative sentiment on the market. At a time when Ether needs support from its long-term holders, it appears that a big chunk of them are abandoning it. And this is why I'm worried about Ether, because the community is strong, the holders have been strong for the longest time. But when we see some of the long-term holders starting to exit big positions in Ether, it's not good. There was a big transfer of 17,822 Ether yesterday. These coins were transferred from an unknown wallet of a whale to Binance, the largest crypto exchange on the market. Notably, this transfer was worth around $41 million based on the price of Ether at the time of the transaction. However, there are some optimists in this space, and namely Bitwise. This is an article in the CoinDesk, and they're talking about, they're basically quoting one of the analysts from Bitwise, who is of the opinion that Ether is going to revive itself. Ethereum is the Microsoft of blockchains, he says, and its underperformance may reverse, and we could actually see a positive price action in Ether towards the end of the year. Ether's recent underperformance, he says, stems from risk related to November's US presidential election, rising competition from Solana and other blockchains, challenged tokenomics, and a mixed response to the introduction of spot exchange traded funds in the US, the report says. Still, it is not all doom and gloom, they claim. The majority of stablecoins are issued on Ethereum. More than 60% of all decentralized finance assets are locked on the blockchain, and the popular prediction market Polymarket also settles on the Layer 1 chain, Bitwise noted. Ethereum has the most active developers, the most active users, and a market cap that is 5 times bigger than its closest competitor. This is according to Matt Hogan, who is the Chief Investment Officer at Bitwise. It's like the Microsoft of blockchains, he says. Everyone wants to talk about newer companies and their game-changing tech such as Google or Slack or Zoom, but Microsoft is still larger than all of them put together. Ether's challenges are not existential, he claims, and the market may reevaluate the cryptocurrency closer to the US election. And I would really like him to be right here, even though I'm personally not sharing this sentiment. I feel that Ethereum will make an attempt at a comeback. It will probably come back into the 0.50 zone, 0.05 I should say, zone here against Bitcoin. But again, I'm talking about Ethereum against Bitcoin. As I said, I'm holding a big stash of Ethereum, so I cannot park a lot of money into a small market cap coin, a coin with low liquidity. I need to be able to exit quickly if or when the time comes, because the time will come at some point where we will be falling into another bear cycle. We are still in this bull cycle. We are still waiting for the recovery phase of the cycle, and then we're going to see another strong leg on the upside. Ethereum is definitely going to go up in fiat value, but as I said, I'm concerned about its performance against Bitcoin. So this is personally what works for me. Of course, this is not financial advice. I'm talking about what makes sense to me and what I'm doing, but hopefully this is going to help you make more informed decisions, better decisions, and be more successful in your crypto journey. This is what this channel is all about. So this is everything for today's video, guys. I hope this helps. Show your support, leave a like, and also share this with someone else who would benefit from watching it. And while you're here, just pick another one of my videos, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.